Hi guys, Cynthia here with Creative Thinking. I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you a little bit about the inner vows. And when I talk about inner vows, I'm talking about the promises that you make to yourself after going through something that's traumatic or some kind of event or something. Have you ever had something happen to you that was so traumatic you promised yourself it'll never happen again? Like being in a bad relationship. Having a bad relationship and promising to yourself, I'll never, ever get married again. I'll never deal with any kind of person like that. Or getting into a situation that causes you to be financially broke. I'll never be broke again. And you promise yourself, you make that promise to yourself. And because of the traumatic event that you went through that caused that problem, it's always there in the back of your head. It's always in your heart. So, therefore, I was reading this morning and it talked about how your inner vows can make you unteachable and irrational due to the promise that you've made to yourself. It can also pass on to other generations. And while I was reading this, I was thinking about the cartoon movie Coco, how the grandmother, she had been hurt by her husband who left to be a musician. And she brought it on into her whole family. And so the whole family was not allowed to like music. The whole family was not allowed to play any music or listen to any music. And the little boy, he was a music lover like his grandfather. And he wanted to pursue music. But she had passed that down. It's just a bad thing. So even though her experience was totally different than what she thought it was. For years, she's carried on this generational thing of music because of her hurt that she had in the past. So we do the same things. When we tell ourselves, I'll never get in that kind of relationship again, well, in the back of our head, it's there. And so every time we meet someone new, instantly, as soon as they look or smile a certain way or say a certain thing, we're totally disconnected from the opportunity of having a new relationship or building something new. And oftentimes we self sabotage. So we don't have to go through that. Also, if you go through something that causes you to be financially strapped or in a position of not being able to have the things that you need, then you will spend your time either pursuing financial success or you won't try for it. So when I say pursuing, I mean like everything that comes to you that's a quick buck, that's a quick fix. It's going to bring you money. It's going to, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. And then you miss the opportunities of the things that you may have to crawl before you walk. You want to pass that up because it doesn't look promising for money. It's not enough for me, so I'm not going to take it. When you could progress quickly and be financially set, or total opposite, and you could um, be so afraid of being broke that you don't know how to pursue it and you just hold on to that little bit that you got. I can't stop working to find something better because then I won't be able to have this. So you just hold on and hold on to that little bit that you got because you're afraid of losing it and never pursue to get better. So I just encourage you to try to keep an open mind. It will help with relationships. The things that you shut off and tell yourself that you're no longer going to do. When you tell yourself that, you're constantly looking for those things and they will stop you from growing and succeeding in life, subconsciously most of the time. But you don't have to do that. You can just let that go. Well, work on letting that go. It's always easier. So another thing that it said was inner vows are promises of pain for your future. And that really hit hard to me because, gosh, how many times have I given up something because the fear of something happening to you again? When on Sunday at church, the pastor was talking about how we should learn from our past mistakes so we can move on to other things. God will allow us to keep repeating things if we don't figure it out. So we shouldn't pursue until we've learned what the lesson was in that event. So when you just totally shut yourself off and say, I'm not going to let that happen to me again, then you don't really see what your part was in it to play, because you're still placing blame. Um, what they did wrong, why they were a bad person to be in a relationship with, instead of focusing on what signs did I miss? What could I have done better to not put myself in that situation? When you learn from your mistakes, when you learn from your events, then you can move forward and be successful at opportunities that come towards you for another chance to move into another success story. So I just encourage you to just, let go and let God, and trust your growth, and trust what God has for you instead of shying away from it. Be blessed.